Okay. Shalom, shalom. I am back. I wanted to make a brief video on something that Abba pointed out to me this week after I did the teaching on the kingdom marriage, and I didn't really point it out at the time because I wasn't even really thinking about it. But as I kept meditating on the word and what was taught earlier this week, he highlighted one thing that we need to remember: why the marriage bed is most holy. Um, if you look at the video, Kingdom Marriage Part 3, I read from Jubilees, the book of Jubilees, chapter 3, which pretty much reiterates what you see in Genesis chapter 2. Okay, but a little bit more detail, gives a little bit more detail. And the detail that you see in chapter 3 of Jubilees, where it says, and he brought her, okay, so he brought her to Adam, and he knew her, and he said, "This is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh." Okay, so he called her Ishti. In order for Adam to call Hawa Ishti, or my wife, he had to have consummated the marriage at the time that Yehovah brought Hawa to Adam. Okay, so we see more detail in the book of Jubilees, chapter 3, where it states that, okay, where you see in Genesis chapter 2, you see that he brought her, and then it goes to, this is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. You'll see that there's a little tidbit there. In order for Adam to be one with Hawa, they had to consummate the marriage. So given that in the book of Jubilees, it describes the Garden of Eden as being the most holy place in all the earth. Okay, being that the Garden of Eden, it represents the most holy place. Whatever activities occurred there were indeed holy unto Yahweh. So when Adam and Hawa consummated the marriage, that right there, being in a most holy place, being done in a most holy place is holy, is most holy as well. So we have to understand that this is why in Yah's eyes, under the covenant of the kingdom marriage, okay, under the covenant of marriage in general, sex is holy. Okay, it happened before Adam fell, before Adam and Hawa fell. Yes, holy sex was instituted in the marriage bed, okay, between Adam and Hawa before they fell, into sin. Okay, this is the thing I need to emphasize. In their glorified state, in their sinless state, they merged together in that holy knowing and that holy unity. Okay, so what the enemy has done these days, he has completely made it unclean and unholy, because that which is holy is supposed to be kept hidden. Okay, that which is most holy is supposed to be kept hidden from the crowd. So that is why, when regards to the marriage bed, it is something that is hidden, okay? Because it's holy unto Yahweh. And it was instituted, I'm going to emphasize this one more time. It was instituted before Adam and Hawa fell, before they sinned in the garden, before they took and ate of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That act of holy knowing was instituted prior to their fall. So this was something that was done in their glorified bodies, okay, before they lost their righteous robes, their glory, okay, and became like beasts, like flesh that could die. Okay, so I want to just emphasize that, because I don't think it's something that we understand. And this is why the enemy strives so hard to expose it to everybody, to children, to, teenagers, adults, all the time, because he knew that that was something that was the most holy thing. And in order to profane it, you got to expose it where everybody can see it. Okay, so Abba wants to restore that unto his people, to understand that this is something that is holy unto him, and is to be kept hidden from the eyes and ears of others. All right, so with that, I hope that was some encouraging edification, some more explanation. But you can hear more about me reading that in part 3 of Kingdom Marriage. And with that, I will say later and shalom.